Hello everyone, I'm again present under the dome of Foster of English to explain Class 11's poem The Laburnum Top by Ted Hughes. This poem is written by Ted Hughes. The poem revolves around a laburnum tree and a goldfinch bird. The poet witnesses the tree come to life as soon as the bird starts chirping. Upon the arrival of the mother goldfinch, the tree and the nestling start chirping and become alive. A brief introduction about the author. Edward James Hughes was an English poet, translator, and a children's writer. He was ranked one of the best poets of his generation and one of the 20th century's greatest writers. He was appointed Poet Laureate in 1984 and held the office until his death. He was born on 17th August 1930 and he died on 28th October 1998. Now talking about the poem. The poem The Laburnum Top is written by Ted Hughes. It is about a repaying relationship between the laburnum tree and the goldfinch bird. The tree is yellow, silent, and death-like and is made alive by the bird and her young ones. The yellow bird has her shelter on the tree where she feeds her young ones. But as soon as the bird leaves to fly in the sky, the tree becomes silent and death-like again. Starting with the explanation of the poem, the first stanza is, "The laburnum top is silent, quite still. In the afternoon yellow September sunlight, a few leaves yellowing, all its seeds fallen." In the above lines, the poet says that he saw a laburnum tree whose leaves were yellow. The tree's top is still and silent in the daytime of September month. It is the autumn season and all the seeds of the tree had fallen. The poet has used the yellow color for leaves and sunlight. Yellow symbolizes silence, death, and beauty. He describes the whole scene of the tree with its color. The second stanza says, "Till the goldfinch comes with the twitching chirrup, a suddenness, a startlement at a branch end, then sleek as a lizard and alert and abrupt. She enters the thickness and a machine starts up, of chitterlings and a tremor of wings and thrillings. The whole tree trembles and thrills. A goldfinch bird comes to end the death-like scene of the tree and makes a sudden chirrup sound. The bird, while being rapid, alert, and sharp like a lizard, sits on the branches of the tree. As she moved towards the thickness of the branch, her younger ones started chirping and doing vibrations with wings, making a sound like a machine. Because of the movement of the bird and her young ones, the tree starts to shake and thrill." The poet has given two opposite scenarios of the tree first being death-like and still, and then giving life and shelter to the birds and her young ones. Third stanza says, "It is the engine of her family. She stokes it full, then flirts out to a branch end, showing her barred face identity mask." The explanation is, the laburnum tree and the goldfinch bird is the engine of her family. She provides food to her young ones and moves to the other branch end. Her dark-colored striped face is visible as her body is yellow-colored and hides behind the yellow leaves of the tree. Fourth stanza is, "Then with eerie delicate whistle chirrup whisperings, she launches away towards the infinite, and the laburnum subsides to empty." After reaching the end of the branch, the bird makes a sweet chirping sound just like whispering and flies away towards the infinite sky. It again makes the laburnum tree silent and death-like. Talking about the summary of the poem starts with the description of the laburnum tree whose top was still and silent. Its leaves had turned yellow and seeds had fallen down. It was a daytime in the month of September when the tree was standing still and death-like. The lifeless tree becomes alive by the arrival of the goldfinch bird. She came to feed her younger ones who are on the thickness of the branch. The tree is her shelter. She arrives at the end of the branch with the chirping sound. She further moves to the other side of the branch with rapid and precautionary movement like a lizard. As soon as she arrives, her younger ones start chirping like a machine and vibrating and flapping their wings. The death-like tree becomes alive and it trembles and shakes. After feeding them, she flies to the other side of the branch. Her dark-colored face with the yellow body was barely visible as she vanished behind the yellow leaves. She flies away in the sky, leaving the tree death-like again. Now discussing the poetic devices used in the poem. First is alliteration, that is, repetition of a consonant sound at the beginning of two or more consecutive words. The instances of alliteration in the poem are as follows: September sunlight, this S sound, and tree trembles, that is T sound. Next is simile, that is comparison between two things using like or as. Sleek as a lizard. The bird is compared to the lizard. As lizard moves very slowly and quietly, the bird does the same thing. Next is metaphor, that is indirect comparison between two things. Generally, a quality is compared. She enters the thickness and a machine starts up. The noise created by the movement of the bird is compared to the machine's noise. It is the engine of her family, showing her barred face identity mask. The next is personification, the attribution of personal nature characteristics to something non-human. The whole tree trembles and thrills. Trembles and thrills is the quality of human beings, and that is compared to the tree. Now talking about the vocabulary used in the poem. First is laburnum, a short tree with the hanging branches, yellow flowers and poisonous seeds. Goldfinch is a small singing bird with yellow wings. Twitching is some sudden jerk movement. Chirrup is the sound of the birds. Startlement, that is feeling or showing sudden shock. Abrupt, that is rapid. Chitterings, to make a chittering sound. Tremor of wings, that is involuntary vibration of the wings. Thrillings, to produce a chirping sound. Trembles, to shake. Thrills, a sudden feeling of excitement. Flirts out, lead on to. Stoke is to add fuel to the engine. Barred is stripy, airy, weird and strange. Whistle chirrup is a sudden whisper like the chirping of the bird again. Subsides is diminishes. I hope you were able to understand the explanation of the poem, and if you like my video, please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.